Hopefully. Last time I recorded it didn't work to upload it, but I'll try. Um, so if everybody just wants to mute themselves real quick. And then
my screen still says like waiting, like I can't.
I'll mute you.
What was that?
I'll mute you and just raise your hand if you want to talk and I'll unmute you.
Okay. Because I only see whoever's. Is that normal?
That happens. Yeah, that can happen if you're in like a certain mode.
Okay.
It's okay. You'll get used to it.
All right, I'll figure
use
this
it every
out.
Monday night. Okay, I'm gonna mute you real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so if anybody wants to talk, they can just unmute themselves, and Brooke, just go ahead and like wave at me and I'll unmute you. Okay, so yay, welcome. Glad you guys are here. We start day 1 tomorrow. Everybody knows how to access their workouts, right? Okay, so you'll just go on to Beachbody On Demand, either the app or the website, and you'll find your workouts. Phase 1 is all up right now, so they'll upload phase 2, I'm assuming at some point at the end of phase 1. There are 5 phases to this program, and so it's basically going to be 20 days for each phase, and we'll go through the workouts 2 times because it's a 10-day cycle. So what's going to be kind of fun about it is, like, I feel like for most programs we've ever done, Sunday is like our rest day or active recovery day or whatever. But like, because it's a 10-day cycle, those days are always going to fall on different days of the week. So like Monday isn't always going to be cardio day or always whatever. It's going to be switched up. So that's going to be kind of fun. But it is on a 10-day cycle, and they do go in the same order. So day 1, day 11, day 21, they're all going to be the same workout. This program is designed to be done safely, so it is designed so that you can do it without a rest day. They have plenty of active recovery days built in to rest your body, and these workouts are only 20 to 30 minutes. So the point of this program is not to get you are going to get a crazy good workout in just 20 to 30 minutes, but it's not to spend an hour or 2 and get this like hardcore, whatever you want to call it. It's to show up consistently every day and see how the little workouts every day are going to impact you in the long run. So they are going to be hard, but there are 2 modifiers. There is the modifier that is normally there, and there is a modifier to the modifier. So this is going to be a great program for if you are at a very good fitness level. You can follow the regular program, and you will get an intense workout in on the days that you're meant to have an intense workout. And even like the yoga and Pilates I've heard are very good, just a different kind of burn, something that your body's not used to, but like stretches you out, but yet still is working your core and all those different muscles. And if you are postpartum, or if you are new to working out or haven't worked out in a while, there are like very low intensity modifiers. So don't worry about feeling like you can't keep up. I think this is probably one of the first programs that is so feasible and doable for any level of fitness, which is really fun because we can all do the same thing and nobody's going to feel left out, because even if like we're at different fitness levels, we can just follow different modifiers. And I've heard that Jericho is just so fun in this program. The DJ is really fun. From what I've heard from my friends that were in the test group, like they were people that always wanted to turn music on during workouts, and they never did during this program because the music is just so fun and works with the workouts that you're doing. So like keeps you going during those workouts. So that is that for the workouts. You will only need like light dumbbells, light, medium, and heavy, but I think that from what I've heard, it can be a wide range as the program goes, because like you get stronger as the program goes. But everyone told me to have, first of all, 2 to 3 pounders for the lightweight. Like when they say it's a lightweight, like 5 pound is going to be too heavy for you in the start. Even if you've been doing 80-day obsession, 5 pound is probably going to be too heavy for you for the one workout. So get yourself like either some soup cans or some 2 to 3 pound weights if you want to go get those. I still need to go get some. I'm probably just going to end up using like candles on the first day. And then I've heard like between like 8 and 15 pound would be good for the medium to heavy. And then if you have more, that's great, but like you can probably just use those the whole program. So don't feel like you have to go spend a ton of money on weights if you don't have any dumbbells. It's also yard sale season. So seriously, Thursday or Friday, get out there at 7 a.m. if you can. If you have a kid, that's really hard, but if you have a job, that's really hard. But like if you can get out there really early for those yard sales, you can probably find some weights. Walmart usually has decent ones. Amazon, I found some good deals sometimes. Target's iffy. I don't think weights are the best price at Target, to be honest, but you can get like 3-pounders there for a decent deal. 3-pounders are pretty cheap. Just a good rule of thumb for buying weights, $1 a pound is a very good deal. So $1 to $2 per pound is about what you're going to spend on weights. So if you're looking at prices and it's like $3 a pound for a weight, then that's probably too expensive or pretty pricey. If you can find one for $1 to $1.50 a pound, that's a great deal. So for a 20-pound dumbbell, you would be spending $20 on it. That's all you need is the dumbbells. There's no other like bands or sliders or anything else for this program. It's mostly body weight. And then that is that for workouts. Any questions on workouts or equipment or time frame or anything like that? Okay, so nutrition is next. There are 3 plans for nutrition. You can follow Jericho's plan, which Jericho's plan is fabulous if you like recipes. It's not, in my opinion, it's not as easy to follow if you are going to be like living your life for the next 100 days. So I think that we can kind of like implement Jericho's plan along with the container system or whatever if you use 2B Mindset. The thing about Jericho's plan is like you have to have those recipes at each meal to like fit your calorie count. And that's hard if you're like going out to eat or doing something that isn't in your home. What's great about 2B Mindset or the containers is that once you learn both of those programs, you can take them with you anywhere. You don't actually physically need the containers. You can go out to eat and kind of guesstimate what would equal a container size amount for portion control. And you'll kind of get in your head like what fits in a container as far as like what kinds of protein and what kinds of veggies and fruits and all of that. So once you get used to that, it's really not. I hear 2 things when people start with the containers. It goes one or both ways. Some people say that is not going to be enough food for me because the containers look really tiny, but they actually pack a ton of food. Like once you put the food in the containers and dump it on the plate, you're going to have a full plate of food. So don't be afraid by the size of the containers. I promise, like you're not going to starve. And if for some reason you are starving on the plan that you're in, just bump up. You're not supposed to be hungry. This is not to like be hungry at all. This is just to learn like healthy portion control and getting the right amounts. Like I found when I started using the containers, it wasn't that I was eating less food. It was honestly, I was eating more food, but I was eating less carbs and much more protein and veggies. And so I was feeling much more full and satisfied. And it helps me to lean out a lot, to be honest. So I really learned a lot. You can hear my crying baby, hopefully not. So that was what I learned with the containers. So some people say it looks like it's not going to be enough food. Some people say that's way too much food. Either way, whether you think it's not going to be enough or it's going to be too much, I tell everybody, calculate according to the plan. So you're going to go by your weight. And then, I'm sorry, just 1 second. So sorry, mom life. Okay, so whether you think it's too much food or too little food, give yourself 1 to 2 weeks to get used to it. Because if you have been eating a lot of like sugary foods for a while, your body is going to tell you that you need more of those things. And so it's not necessarily that you're hungry, it's that your body just wants sugar. And that will pass within like 5 to 7 days. If you're like lethargic or like something crazy, like you need to eat more, but that shouldn't happen to you if you calculate it accordingly. So you're going to calculate by your weight and by your activity level. So like if you're breastfeeding, if you're pregnant, if you are on your feet all day long at work, like add that calorie count in to your workouts and your regular day life. If you just kind of like live a pretty normal life, like, yeah, sometimes I get up and walk around, sometimes I'm sitting, sometimes I'm going on a walk outside, sometimes I'm whatever, then just follow the normal one. If you're somebody who's like, no, I am on my feet, go, burning hundreds of calories in a day, then you need to calculate that and you might need a little bit more food. So that is for the calorie count. Give yourself a week or two, whether you think it's too much or too little. If you think it's too much, another thing about it, so like one way your body can go is that it can say like, I need more sugar, give me more food. And another way your body can go is it can say, if you're used to eating like high calorie foods, but only like 3 times a day, say you eat 3 meals a day, but you're eating very high calorie dense foods, your body is going to say, whoa, this meal that you're giving me, because it's this plate full of food, your body's going to say that's too much, I can't take all of this in, even though it's probably the same amount of calories or less than what you were eating before. So just keep that in mind, like your body will adjust to that. So don't like force your food, eat as much as you can. Don't make an excuse to skip your veggies though. So always eat your veggies first and your protein. So that's the gist for that. Any questions on nutrition? And don't be shy. Yes, Brooke, I'll unmute you. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, sorry. I tried to get my husband to help me figure this out, and I think my app is just like messing up or something.
Okay.
But okay, I've done the 21-day fix before.
Okay.
And I've seen that there's like 2 different meal options or like meal plans other than like the Jericho. And so what one is that like?
Okay, so the one that I'm talking about right now with the containers is like, it's the 21-day fix one. Okay. So it's called Portion Fix. It's what Autumn created for the 21-day fix, and it's pretty much what Beachbody uses throughout most of their programs. Okay. So you'll just calculate your containers, and if you're breastfeeding, you'll add in 500 calories.
Okay.
And you want to stay at maintenance, even if you want to lose weight. Like we can talk about that later, but even if you want to lose weight, you want to stay at maintenance when you're breastfeeding and add 500 calories.
Okay, I'm not breastfeeding, so that makes it easy.
Okay. Yeah. So then just do whatever it tells you to do as far as like the calorie. It'll tell you like calculate your weight, pick which route you want to go, maintain, lose weight, etc. And then it'll give you your calorie count and your container count.
Okay, perfect.
It's the same thing as a 21-day fix. Jericho's plan is basically, you'll get it when you get your program materials, because those probably haven't arrived yet for you, but basically she just gives recipes. She says like, based on your calorie count, you get breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 2 snacks. And then there's just recipes for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, and for snacks. And it's a really simple way to do it, but it makes it hard if you want to go out and about.
So do those recipes, like if I wanted to plan a few of them, they integrate like the containers?
Yeah, they have the container count in the bottom corner, so you can still use them in your meal plan. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yes, yeah. That's why I said it's a lot easier to use the container system and kind of integrate her recipes than to try and use her full meal plan and then somehow like go out and about with it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. Anybody else? Don't be shy or hesitate to ask questions. I'm here to help. And you can also message me later. But honestly, I found that most times when people are curious about something, somebody else's too. So you're just helping somebody else, even if they're on the call right now. Okay, so that is for workouts, nutrition. Everybody is going to get their B100 book if you haven't already. And so there's like different exercises in here. So if you haven't already, make sure you go in and sign the I Commit to 100. Alex and I both signed it. Alex is doing it with me this time, which is super fun. And then write out your perfect morning routine. And this is just sort of like, the whole point of the program is to be done the workouts in the morning. If you cannot make that happen, don't feel like you can't do the program, by all means. But basically she created it to like have this fun, awesome dance party in the morning and get your workout done in 20 to 30 minutes and kickstart your day. So that's why she asked about the morning routine. Just to sort of say, like, life happens in 100 days. It's never going to look perfect throughout these 100 days. There are going to be mornings you miss. There are going to be days that you miss. But in an ideal world, if you could have it all go your way, what would it look like for you to get your workout done in the morning and have your breakfast and get your shower and all of those things? So just write out, like I wrote down, like our wake up time, our workout time, our devotional time, when we're going to shower, all of that kind of stuff, just in an ideal world. Obviously, it's not going to look like that every single day, and Jericho knows that. That's why it says your perfect morning routine and not your daily morning routine. And then there's like this 100-second exercise on page 7 that is basically just having you brainstorm like all the reasons you want to do this, just to inspire you as you keep going. Tracker, everybody should be posting their before pictures tonight. I'm going to go take mine shortly before it gets dark out. So I'm going to go take mine. If you haven't taken them, take yours. Don't be afraid to post them. It's seriously like the most motivating thing. And it's so fun when we get to the end of a phase and we get to share like how far we've come. And people that don't take pictures always say, I wish I took more pictures. So I'm telling you, just get ahead of the train and take the pictures, even though it's scary. We're all in this together. We're all at different phases and different spots in our journey, and that's okay. And we love each other as we are. And measurements. Measurements are fun. I never took measurements until I was postpartum. Oops. And so like I never had done that before for a program. And it was so crazy to see like how many inches, even if like I didn't drop weight, I actually saw more progress in the inches than I did in the weight. And I think that just goes to show like when you feel better, it's not all about the scale. Like the scale is a great tool, but it's not all about the number on the scale. You know, when those inches start to go away, your clothes fit better, you feel better, you feel more energetic. And that's what this is about, is like feeling better. It's not about some perfect beach body, even though it's called beach body. But okay, so then it talks about your why. If you haven't been following along with me for very long, or if you just don't know what I'm talking about, basically find out why you're doing this. And this is going to change throughout the program. Like something may come up halfway through the program that really adds to why you want to finish the program out. But currently where you're at right now, what is that? And if that's as simple as, girl, I am tired of being tired and I just want to do this, that's fine. If it's something more fine-tuned than that, that's great. It doesn't have to be some like really in-depth reasoning if that's not where you're at right now. But if there is, write that down. So write it all down, whatever it looks like, because that's important. So this exercise I thought was interesting, and I know that this is probably super uncomfortable for most people. So I'd encourage you to do it because it's fun to do it with friends, but I'm not going to require anybody to do it. But basically it says to ask 5 people to do this with you. So like your friend, your sister, your aunt, your mom, your brother, your husband, whoever. Ask them to do it with you. And Kelsey had asked this about the why question. Basically, when you ask them, it's the exercise at the top is saying to call them and ask them to do it. And if they say yes, to ask them what their why is, so that you can encourage each other. So that like if like you don't show up one day and don't do your workout, they can say like, well, Natalie, you're doing this because your why is. So nerdy. Okay, but seriously, it will be like encouraging to do this with somebody. we are obviously all doing this in an accountability group together. And I think that's what the basis of this is if you didn't have an accountability group, you could kind of create your own. But if you have somebody in mind that you're like, oh man, my neighbor stays home too with her baby, and it'd be really fun if we did these workouts together, or it'd be fun if I did this with my husband, or it'd be fun if I did this with my roommate. Go out on a limb and ask them, why not? And if they say no, they say no. But if they say yes, that'd be fun too. And they're welcome to join our group. And then this is like probably one of the better parts of it. I think when it comes to the program materials, I think this is going to be so helpful. So every day we're going to write, for every workout, what was my commitment level today? And be honest, because there are going to be some days that you're like, my commitment level is -1. Like, I am not here today. I do not want to do this. And that's okay. Write that down. Like, it does not have to look like I'm so pumped up every single day, because trust me, I am not pumped up every single day, no matter what my Instagram stories tell you. So what was my commitment level today and why? And so like, if you are like, my commitment level today is a 5 because I had a great night's sleep and I am loving this meal plan and I am feeling good, write that down. If it's like, it is -1, I had a horrible day at work yesterday and I didn't sleep well last night and I'm out of coffee this morning, put that down. My positive intention for the day. So I was always kind of a little like, I'm just being totally candid, a little weirded out by the whole positive intentions thing. And I think honestly, like, it's really just trying to set your mind right. So waking up and saying like, what's one thing that I can just write down and be thankful for and be joyful about, even if I don't feel like it. So like, if there's something that like is really in your way that day, you know, when you just wake up and you're like, oh, I do not want to deal with this. I don't want to think about this. Like, find a way to put a positive spin on that and write that on that line. Like, what is the one thing I'm going to try and like choose joy over today and be positive about today, even when I don't feel like it? Because when we get our mind right, that really helps us in all aspects of life. And then write, I am committed to tomorrow's workout, and sign it for the next day. So this is saying like, no matter what today looked like, I'm going to do it again tomorrow. And I really encourage everybody to do their best to do the workouts every single day. There is another, like, if you're like, I am not into the whole every day for 100 days thing, that's how the group is going to operate, but you can totally do a different schedule if you want to. There's no like rules here. So if you're like, I want to work out Monday through Friday, I don't want to work out on Saturday and Sunday, there's a calendar plan for that. I believe if it's not in program materials, I'll find one if anybody is interested in that. But you can like stack the workouts. So the active recovery day, you'd stack with like a cardio day or something like that. So you'd be doing like 45 minutes, but you'd only be doing it 5 days a week. So you'd get 2 rest days. So there is different plans if you want to switch it up. And again, if you don't want to do them in the morning, I encourage you to try it and see how it goes. But if it's like, I cannot do this for X, Y, and Z reason, again, there are no rules here. This is your gig. Like, you do it how you need to do it, how you want to do it. But I do suggest you try. I suggest you try morning workouts and try the everyday thing. You know, if it really doesn't work for you, I totally get that. But I think it's going to be really good for us mentally to just be like, this is what we do. We wake up and we exercise for 20 minutes. Like, that's so good for us. The endorphins, like, there's a reason that we were created to have endorphins after we exercise, you guys. Like, there is a reason that you feel good afterwards. It's because you are supposed to get your body moving. So I think that it's just really I know it's gonna kickstart my days. Whenever I work out in the morning, I always feel so much better and I get so much more done. But if you miss a day or if you mess up on your meal plan, please do not fall away into the woodwork. Come to the group, tell us what happened. Nobody's going to judge you. I guarantee everyone's going to rally around you and be like, you've so got this tomorrow. Like, you can do it. Trust me, we all are very encouraging and also very flawed people. So nobody's perfect here, and we'll just share it as it is. So yeah, there's going to be, you're going to fill that out every single day. Alex just walked out of the room like, I think the baby's asleep. So we're going to fill that out every single day. And then I think at the end of every phase, there's like another activity to do. Try downstairs. No, next to the bed, my bed. Our bed. So I think that's it. I went through the workbook. I talked about the meal plan. I talked about the workouts. I don't think there's anything else. As far as the accountability group, check in every day, post your sweaty selfie, post your meals, tell us what's going on. If you have a prayer request, if you had a bad day, if you need some encouragement, if you need a good joke, ask Natalie. But seriously, like, don't be afraid to share whatever and be who you are. Like, the group is my favorite part of the program by far. So post every day, post 3 times a day, post once a day, whatever you want. Just make sure you post and check in. And whatever you put into this group is what you're going to get out. Like, if you only post once every week and you're not really checking in and you don't really feel the love and feel the community, it's not because we don't love you. It's because people don't know you. So make sure that you are putting in what you want to get out of it. If you are here for the community and you are here for the relationships, put that into the group and be there every day, getting to know everybody. And I promise you, you're going to end up meeting like some of your closest internet friends. It's so fun. And I will send a weekly email. I am not perfect at this, but I try really hard to send a weekly email with like a recipe and just checking in and kind of giving you the lowdown for the week. And I will send a check-in form kind of saying like, evaluate your week. How did you do? What do you need to improve on? Can we talk about your goals again? And if you ever need anything, Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, I believe I gave out my phone number in the first initial email I sent you. If not, message me if you want my phone number. Just don't call me at 2 a.m. Just kidding. I'm awake anyways, feeding my baby. And email too. You've probably gotten an email from me already. It's just callieyoder@gmail.com. So reach out to me any way you need to. I am here if you have questions or need anything. If you're like, these meal plans don't work for me, do you have others? I have lots in a vault locked away that I can pull out for you. So just let me know. And yeah, any questions, comments, concerns, jokes? Natalie's like, I'm in for the jokes.
I'm always here for a joke. What do you guys feel like works best for measurements? Like, I also have not done measurements ever.
I use that little, like, I just got one off Amazon, I think, like that little measuring, like a ribbon. No,
oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I just use that.
Okay.
But honestly, if you have a ruler, you could probably just use a string and mark the string and put it up against a ruler.
I literally bought a measuring tape at Dollar General. It came with a stitch ripper, which I don't need. It was in the sewing section, and it cost like $3.
That's what mine came in. We got a sewing kit, and it came with that.
The string idea is a good idea. I think I'll probably do that.
Yeah, if you don't have one, just literally wrap a piece of string, and it tells you in the book, or if you, I'll post a sheet too in the document section, like it tells you like where on the body to measure, and how to measure. You might need Jake's help with some of them because some of them are awkward.
Yeah. And then do you want us to post pictures tonight in the group or, okay.
And when you take your pictures, post them like, I recommend not posting in like underwear and bra and bikini, only because like you might want to share them down the road. You might not want to, but you might want to. So I would post them in a way that like you'd be okay with sharing them down the road. But
yeah, like sports bra and shorts, I feel like is what most people do, right?
Shorts, sports bra, yeah, tank top, whatever works for you, whatever you feel comfortable in. I will never share anything without your permission. I swear, I promise. Don't worry about that. So if it's in the group, it's private, but just for yourself down the road, you might want them. Anything else?
Is there a certain like shot that like we should take as far as like front view, side view?
I usually do front view relaxed, front view flexing, because it is fun to see how your muscles grow. Back view relaxed, back view flexing, and then I usually just do a side like
Okay.
see everything. But it is fun to like if you've got a pair of jeans you want to fit in again, like it'd be fun, like take a picture putting those jeans on. It won't be fun this time, but it might be fun in 100 days if you fit in them. And maybe take a picture with your baby if you're postpartum, or with your dog or whatever. I don't know, but like have fun with them, because you never know. Like I did not take pictures in the beginning, and I wish I did. I have like no before pictures from when I first started. So anything else? Okay. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being on here so short notice. Again, if you have any other questions, just go ahead and either drop them in the group or send me a message. Before photos tonight, meal prep tonight, if you're able to. If you have any questions about meal prep, there is like a getting started meal prep video that I posted like a week and a half ago. So that's in the units section of the group. So go ahead and check that out. Anything else, my friends? Okay. Yay! See you tomorrow for day 1. Bye.
Bye.